Ladies and gentlemen, warmest greetings to you all and welcome to the Phoenix newspaper 7th anniversary gala dinner and awards.
Great march!
Under the direction of Petty Officer Fred Perry, they are about to leave us, and I'm sure that you would wish to send them away with your kind applause. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, warmest greetings to you all. Welcome to the Phoenix newspaper 7th anniversary gala dinner and awards.
Luakin. Mama fi fún iná ẹ̀mí afẹ́ pẹ́lú àpèrè bàbá. Wóórí aláṣẹ òrìṣà. Wóórí aláṣẹ òrìṣà. Wóórí aláṣẹ òrìṣà. Ó kiri kiri bìtì.
Your Imperial Majesty, Vice Lord Lieutenant, High Sheriff, Your Excellencies, Mr. Mayor, Governors, Reverend Esther, most distinguished and honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, preside for the Chief Executive Officer and the founder of Phoenix newspaper, the lovely Marcia McGotlin, who is pleased to offer a few words of welcome to you all. Would you please make her welcome?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. May I first welcome our royal guest and distinguished guest, His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, and also the Vice Lord Lieutenant, Dr. Beverly Lindsay, OD, Vice Lord Lieutenant of the West Midlands, and Mr. Andy Street, the Mayor, and governors, and of course, my co-host, Reverend Esther Ajay from the Reverend Ajay Foundation, and we can't afford to forget Mr. Patrick Campbell, who has held my hands throughout the whole of this event. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you to everyone, and I want you to enjoy yourself tonight because we're celebrating 7 years of a very special newspaper. It's a newspaper that respects all people from all cultures, and we are connecting communities on a local, national, and international basis. Tonight, I thank you for coming as we celebrate 7 years of Britain's only positive, objective, and informative newspaper. There's a great deal on offer for you tonight, so I hope that you share in my excitement with my host, Reverend Esther Ajay, as we welcome you to this wonderful occasion. The charities that we are, very important, supporting tonight is the Birmingham Children's Hospital, and of course, a charity of the Uni's choice, which is education and empowerment for the children of Ife. I want you to dig deep tonight. It's a fundraising event. Children are very dear to us, and we want to make sure that they get the best start in life, especially with health and education. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great night.
I come here to introduce formally His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, and to explain to you a bit of the tradition from the Yoruba land. Oni of Ife sits on the throne that was sat on by our progenitor, Oduduwa. Oduduwa is a progenitor of the Yoruba race, and this is a race that dates back to over 10,000 BC. And we believe that the Oni of Ife sits on the oldest monarchy in the world. Permit me to formally invite His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, Oba Babatunde, and I'd like to let you know how to pronounce the name. So please repeat after me. Oni, Babatunde, Enitan, Ogunwusi, Ojaja II. So I'll urge all of you to be upstanding as Ijala. Yeah. Introduce the pro. Oni Adeyeye is a chartered accountant, an entrepreneur. He's been involved in real estate business, so in Nigeria we call him a real estate mongoose. So he brings to the throne a lot of experience, which is diverse, and since he has become the Oni of Ife, he has introduced a lot of initiatives to empower the youth, to support women, and to improve the knowledge generally about the young people, education, and otherwise within the kingdom. And as I told you earlier, he sits atop a throne that has been established pre-Jesus Christ, BC, over 10,000 years before then. And this, we believe, will be the oldest monarchy. He is the 51st Oni of Ife. So as I call him to the podium, please say, Kábíyèsí, Your Majesty, sir.
Thank you for the honor. Please, you can be seated, please. Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellencies, please permit me to stand on all existing protocols. I am very elated this evening to be in the midst of beautiful faces, wonderful people, fearfully and wonderfully made by our Creator, the one who was, who is, and who will forever be. He is the Creator of heavens and earth, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, in whom I will forever find solace, in whom I will forever honor, in whom I will forever edify. I give all the glory to him. Please turn to the next person beside you. Smile to that person. Let that person know that you are very happy tonight. We have a lot of people that it's been a while they smiled last. I want you to be happy. Smile to one another. A very charming smile. But please don't take what does not belong to you. Don't take someone else's property. Just smile. Tell the next person that you are very happy today. That you are very happy because you are a living soul. That enough is good for you to always be thankful to your Creator. Humanity moves with time and space. 10 years ago, there were things we were doing in the world that we were not doing then. 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, and on like that. But humanity remains the same, irrespective of the color of our skin. What is most important is the content of our character. It is very important for all of us to know the history of mankind, where we are all coming from. If you look around this beautiful ballroom today, maybe we are like about 700 to about 1,000 people. If you want to know one another, it's not going to take us more than 3 to 4 hours for basic introduction, for each and every one of us to know one another. I want each and every one of us to flash back at some point in the history of this world The population of the world is less than 1,000. You can imagine the population of the world inside this room. And we keep multiplying every day. And we keep moving with time. We keep moving with space. Look at the population of the entire world today. Over 7 billion people. But one thing is constant to all of us. The same blood flows in all of us. And that blood is red. We do not have green blood or yellow blood flowing in all of us. We all have our 6 senses. We all have our sense of reasoning. We all have our sense of right and wrong. Why can't we make the world a better place? Why can't we love one another? Why can't we live in peace and harmony? Why do we have to focus on superiority? Who is superior above the Creator? No one. Even if you're claiming superiority, can you survive without nature? Nature does not need you. Even if you're superior, or you count or you feel that you're superior than the other fellow human being, you don't have a choice. You can't survive alone without your superiority of linking to nature. Nature does not need you. You need nature for your survival. Why can't you love? Why can't you live in peaceful coexistence? This is a typical evidence of humanity in this beautiful place today. Look at everywhere that is mixed. We belong to one big happy family. It's about time for the entire world to know this. That it is important for us to invest in our pride of place in this world. It is about time for each and every one of us to know that we belong to that family tree of mankind. It is about time that we should know that we will come to this world for a reason and a purpose. At some point, we will leave. We have all the philosophies and basic understanding of how life is. We move based on time. Every second that clicks, you can't see that second again. Every minute that moves, you can't see that minute again. Every hour that has gone, it has gone for good. And that's the way the movement of mankind has always been. We move with time. And that's how we've been able to spread across the entire continent. That's how we've been able to spread across the entire globe. The movement of the entire world started clockwise, the way each clock clicks every day, and it's towards the eastern part of the world. But at some point, there was a ground zero time. At some point, the 00 hour, where it all began, where all of us came from. Humanity has a direct source, a direct root where all of us came from. We're very proud to be in your midst today of this ancient culture, heritage, and tradition that we're still upholding and we're still keeping on behalf of the entire humanity. At some point, we all converged at a particular point that is called the land that expanded all over the world. And the meaning of the land that expanded all over the world is Kingdom of Ife, in which I have the grace to sit on the throne of the oldest monarchy in the entire world. And It is the heritage of all of us, irrespective of our color. We all came out of mother continent, and that's the continent of Africa. I am very pleased to be in your midst today for one purpose, and that's the main purpose that we've been hearing today. It is love, it is peace, and it is harmony. For all of us to all come together to know that that is the greatest investment that we should all partake in this world. When last did you put a smile on someone else's face? It is not money every time. Make some people happy. Where you work, in your home, in your neighborhood, while you're driving, put a smile on some people's faces. When you're shopping, make some people happy. Because some people along the line will make you happy too. That's the way it is structured. No man is an island in this world. You cannot live your life alone. You need others. You need to depend on others in everything you do in this world. You can acquire the entire wealth of this world, but at some point, that wealth cannot buy you happiness. That wealth cannot buy you life. That wealth can only give you material things, but there are some things that are greater than material things in this world. We've seen a lot of cases all over the world. For you to know truly that wealth doesn't bring happiness. Superiority doesn't bring happiness. It is peaceful communal living and peaceful coexistence that brings happiness. The greatest joy in this world is joy of origination. Whenever you remember where you came from, you're growing up, all the people you grew up with in this world, there is a natural smile on your faces. Even if you've gone through so much growing up, you've had a lot of challenges, but where you are today, you are doing very well. You will shed the tears of joy just to thank God that look at those days when the going was very rough. But you look at you today. The world is either positive or negative. It is how you want to take the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let us join hands to make this world a better place, to make this world a very beautiful communal living, to make this world that is so diverse in culture, heritage, and tradition, for all of us to remember that we are all one and we all belong to the family tree of humanity. How long are we going to continue in hatred? How long are we going to continue to dislike one another? Let us all come together. It's about time for us to heal the world together and make it a better place. God bless you all, and God bless the entire mankind. Thank you very much. I have a gift to present to Phoenix newspaper. It's a very spiritual gift, very dear to my heart. And I'll tell you why. If you look at this bicycle, it's filled with a lot of burden. But this bicycle does not need water to move, does not need any fossil fuel to move. Slowly, gradually, the bicycle will keep moving in a positive direction. And that's what I want to wish Phoenix newspaper. That's what I want to wish each and every one of us. That in life, you should keep moving, irrespective of where you will get, what will sustain you from moving. There's something that is called faith. hold on to that faith and keep moving. On this note, I want to wish Phoenix newspaper that brought us here today to keep moving in a positive direction with a lot of positive energy that you are known for. Challenges will come, but that burden, God Almighty, the creator of everything, will help you to carry that burden. Keep thinking positively, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
We are the Toe Blaster, homegrown band. This wonderful place called Handsworth. So we like to welcome everybody. Hanji Laoji, Runa ji, Ao ji. मस्त बड़ा देणगे बीबा नचण ला देणगे बीबा मस्त बड़ा देणगे बीबा नचण ला देणगे बीबा.
Gentlemen, what this woman over there has achieved in 7 short years with a community newspaper, doing the things that we journalists felt couldn't be done, good news only, is not just extraordinary, there are not enough words to describe. You know, I thought of the phoenix, and I thought of this bird, this mythical bird in the Arabian desert that lived centuries and then burns itself on the pyre, just to come back renewed with new energy, new youth, new vigor. And I felt that a newspaper like the Phoenix, run by Marcia, who's been through the fires of hell, she's got a few scars to show it as well, but that gives meaning to lives of young people. That gives purpose to the people of this community, that embraces every single person. There is no black, no white, no Indian. It's one community. And Marcia's Phoenix encapsulates all. It's a manifestation of all of that. I come from a journalistic background, and I understand, when a young man picks up the newspaper, and permit me to say young black man, there are two things that they seem to be able to do. One was crime, and the other was kicking a football. Forget cricket, because look at the England team in Australia right now. There are no blacks. They've abandoned cricket now. But then we forgot that there's a lot more that young people do. Young blacks, young Asians, young whites, and everyone else in between. There's a lot that they do, and there's a lot that they do that is good. There's a lot that they do that we must celebrate. There's a lot that they do that make us proud. And who was reflecting all of that? Practically no one did, until the Phoenix. Which is why 5 or 6 years ago, when we began to speak as the head of communications at the Caribbean Tourism Organization, 30 countries that we represent,
We felt that we needed some sort of relationship. We needed to establish some sort of support. We needed to show that we were proud of what she was doing. And so we engaged the Phoenix. And to this day, we ensure that whatever we do, wherever we go, whatever function we put up in the Caribbean, the Phoenix is among the first. And sometimes I've got to fight, sometimes I've got to twist arms, but it happens because the link between Birmingham, the rest of England, and now the world, really, look what's happening with Nigeria tonight. That link had to be made, and no one is helping us tell that story of coming together, of the positive influence that we can have than the Phoenix. And for that, we are thankful. By the way, fantastic job. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
It gives me immense pleasure to introduce to you the High Commissioner for Jamaica. Would you please welcome His Excellency, Mr. George Seth Ramakan. Please make him welcome.
It is for me and my wife, Lola, a great pleasure to be here today to participate in this, the 7th and a very spectacular 7th anniversary gala and dinner awards presentation organized by the Phoenix newspaper. And as I cast my eyes across this room and behold the very rich cultural presence and the royalty and the many distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I cannot help but ask you to join me in truly recognizing a daughter of Jamaican soil who has championed and indeed pioneered the promotion of positive media in uplifting Black and minority communities despite the odds. I speak of no other than Mrs. Marcia McLaughlin. Would you put your hands together for me, please? The media, as you know, play a very important role in informing, educating, entertaining, as well as promoting cultural understanding between and among peoples and countries. And it is therefore fitting that the Phoenix newspaper should attract such a wide representation of persons here this evening, given its work as a national multicultural newspaper in the United Kingdom. It is obvious from this gathering that the newspaper is doing a stellar job and, of course, in spreading the news not only here in Birmingham, where it is located, but indeed across diverse communities here in the United Kingdom. In the case of Jamaica, we really recognize this media house, such as Phoenix, and really recognize our need as a community for this newspaper and this media house to be working together with us. And certainly over the past year, this year, 2017, while we have celebrated our 55th anniversary as an independent nation, the Phoenix media has been a tower of strength in helping us get our message across, as well as in its own right to be promoting Jamaica. And even more importantly, next year, 2018, we look forward to partnering with the Phoenix media as we celebrate the 70th anniversary of the docking of the Empire Windrush, a watershed moment in the history of Black Britain and a watershed moment for Jamaica. And so tonight, I just want to say thank you, Phoenix. Thank you to the managing director and CEO, but also to each member of staff. And thank you to all the donors, all the persons who made it possible to be here this evening in order to support the cause. Certainly, the message is being received, and certainly, the response is strong, and we want to thank you. I want to express my thanks to you for supporting this worthy cause. It is commendable that although the newspaper is a free publication, and as someone said, operating at times on a shoestring, that it has done so marvelously, and I think we need to put our hands together again for the team at the Phoenix newspaper. At the Jamaica High Commission, we receive copies of the newspaper on a regular basis, and we are very heartened at the many articles that enlighten us about what is happening not only in our community, but in the wider community across the United Kingdom. And therefore, may I wish for you, Phoenix, and for all the persons who work along with this team, a wonderful 7th anniversary, and to wish you every success for the future. And thank you very much.
All right, change of gear now. We're going to race through a whole series of awards. I would like to say to His Imperial Majesty, Kabiyesi. In fact, I'm supposed to do this. For those of you who've been to Nigeria, who've been to the Kingdom of Ife, as I have been fortunate to do so. So it's fine and wonderful to see you here in the heart of England, in Birmingham. Let's hear it for Birmingham, please. What a wonderful show you're putting on this evening. First award in this category is International Businessman of the Year.
The nominations for the Phoenix Newspaper International Businessman of the Year Award are Paul Ramsey, Tony Seeley, Ninda Johal, Steve Walker, Levi Roots, and Paul Harrison.
And I'm delighted to announce the winner is Paul Ramsey.
Second award is for International Businesswoman of the Year.
The nominations for the Phoenix Newspaper International Businesswoman of the Year Award are Samantha Golding, Rose Dougal, Deborah Leary, Kanya King, and Beverly Johnson.
And the winner is Deborah Leary, OBE.
What a glorious evening. The Lord is here. I met Marcia, an amazing lady. I'll say not quite long, but it feels as if we've been together since about 10 years. When she brought the Phoenix, Nigeria to me, and she told me she wanted His Imperial Majesty to be at the occasion. I said, God on our side, His diary will be empty. And then we started on our journey that have brought you amazing people together this evening. Thank you and welcome. My philosophy concerning life: gratitude is my attitude, giving is my character. There is power in giving. And when Marcia approached me, I believe that is part of my giving. Sometimes it doesn't have to be about money. Sometimes it can be your professional advice. Sometimes it could be a butler talking about a Joseph to a Pharaoh in the palace. And that is exactly what I did with Marcia. A butler is here. A Joseph is in the prison. And a king is in the palace. And a butler have to mention something about a Joseph that is doing something amazing in Birmingham, Marcia, to a king in his kingdom. And exactly that is what I did. I believe that is part of my giving concerning this amazing lady here and concerning the Phoenix newspaper. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming and welcome. I'm a pastor. The book of Luke chapter 6 verse 38, give, it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Gratitude is my attitude. Giving is my character. I believe in giving. I've gone through a lot of things in life. I've been homeless before. I live in the United Kingdom. I've been on detention camp before. How many people are going down the drain that you have sent them back up? That's what's at the back of my mind. And that's what we are going to achieve. I want the Esther Foundation to become a world-class giver. We want to fight for the homeless, the poor, and the underprivileged. Some people have been to prison. I haven't been. But after prison sentence of such, what's next? That is where Esther Foundation will come in, will help you find your feet. Aliko Dangote, Folorunsho Alakija, Mike Adenuga, Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey. You see, those are givers. People that give and give and give again. You know, when you go to pastors, the first thing that comes to your mind is that you are going to give. The impact I want to make is that when you come to this pastor, you are coming to receive. I want to tell the world that there is power in giving. We're going all over the world. What I want to leave behind is that somebody cares. Christendom is all about love. The book of John 3:16, for God so loved the world. No matter how dejected you might feel, somebody still loves you. Pastor Esther Ajayi loves you. You know, sometimes people have got vision without action. Sometimes there is action and there is vision, but there is no provision. But there is vision, there's a mission, and God has given the provision. ESA Foundation will going to be world-class giver. Oh, let me tell you the power that is behind giving. It gives peace. It gives joy. And His Imperial Majesty made one statement. It's not only about finances, your smiles, your laughter, your word of encouragement. Can be on your profession. Can be an advice on your profession. It could be just hello. And smile. As much as we pay for everything in this great country, smiles are still free. And that's the first thing I give you anytime you mix with me. The first thing I give you is smile. Then I give love. And then I come into your life. Thank you.
To His Imperial Majesty, to the representative of the Queen, to Bawoni, Etese, Nihama. All right, mate. So, do you know I actually studied in Birmingham. I'm from Birmingham. So obviously you know what team I support. I'm a Man United fan, obviously. And my parents are from Jamaica. But Nigeria has stolen my heart. And I'm proud to be just a part of this great evening. All right, so let me quickly tell you about Reverend Esther. Reverend Esther, whose pictures you can see and who's right here before us, is one of the most incredible people I've ever met. She is determined. She is determined to change as many people's lives as is humanly possible in one lifetime. Jeff Bezos. I was reading in the paper today. Jeff Bezos is the world's richest man. Do you know how much he made this year? Do you know how much he's worth? Shout out, come on, quickly. I haven't got all day. Shout out. 100 billion. That's his personal wealth. That means, do you know how much he's made this year alone? 19.3 billion. Just this year alone. Kabiesi. Do you know how much that is per day? 52 million pounds per day. Mathematicians, do you know how much that is per hour? 2 million pounds per hour. Do you know how much that is per minute? Mathematicians? 36,000 pounds per minute. Jeff Bezos, I think he could solve some issues. He could solve poverty. He could go somewhere to solving poverty. But right now, Jeff Bezos isn't willing to do that. He's able, but he's not willing. Now, there's some people who are completely willing. Oh, if I had the money, I would solve poverty. I would feed the hungry. But they're just not able. Whereas Reverend Esther is a person who is both willing and she's able. In the past 2 or 3 years, she has donated millions. She's the matron to over 50 churches. She's supported hundreds of charities. She's put hundreds through college and university. And her mission is for the Reverend Ajayi Foundation to be the world's greatest giving organization of all time. Wouldn't it be cool to have that with you everywhere you go? you walk into the restaurant and then they go, oh, come on, that's no good. So what I guess what I'm trying to say is that technology doesn't have the answer. Money doesn't have the answer alone. What it means is that we have to be willing. We have to be willing, and we have to make a personal choice. Marcia made a personal choice to put herself on the line, and look what's happened. It's the power of the individual. We have great men of God, great men of commerce, great women of commerce here, and it just takes for us as individuals to say, I will make a difference. And please come and see me today. Let me take your details, and let's talk about how we can work together to change the lives of millions. Our goal is this year to reach 1 million people in the next 12 months. That's 1 million people. Now, that's where you're supposed to hit that note. Oh, let's give them a round of applause. Okay. So finally, I just want to say that it's a personal blessing to be with the Kabiesi. He's been an amazing presence. Growing up as a Caribbean man, we didn't move around kings, but we claim him as our king. And was it this year or last year that he met with the royal family here? So when he comes, they have a state visit. He's with Prince Charles. So he's fated. So to have him in our presence, I think that's fantastic and phenomenal. And finally, I just want to encourage you to take the charge of Reverend Esther to be willing and to be able to change people's lives. Thank you.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. This is a traditional greeting of the Sikhs. A very, very good evening to you all. It is an honor and a privilege, a very rare privilege, to be standing here with all the people of different nationalities, His Imperial Majesty, all the kings. What a gathering. Good evening to you all. I start by saying, with the revolution that we have had, we are now living in a global village. And in a global village, We are one humanity, and we have a shared responsibility. The responsibility is peace. You will not generate peace outside unless you have peace inside you. And this peace inside, my life's experience is, you get it through inculcating virtues in yourself. And these are not abstract virtues. Compassion and forgiveness is the first one. Truthfulness, transparency, and accountability is the second one. Contentment, devoid of yearning for more and more, is the third one. And the fourth virtue is humility. The fifth one is love. Loving God and loving all God's creation. Anything you see around you in a secular context has a standard. Things are made to standards. So what is the human standard? I've just given you 5 virtues, and that is the golden human standard. You mobilize these, you will be a good human being. A good human being will be a good citizen. A good citizen may not be a good human being. The whole of humanity, 7.3 billion, each one is unique. God has made it so. So that is the infinite diversity. And Birmingham is a super diverse city. We love it. So we must celebrate and love diversity. For many, many, many years, I've always thought, I wish I could hear somebody say something about indigenous people of Africa. And today, we were blessed and honored with His Majesty coming to our place. And this is a great indigenous initiative that has come about through somebody who is my hero. That's Marcia. Good news all the time. Birmingham, they say, is a city which has a rich legacy of faith. It has a rich legacy of industrial revolution. It has the lunar society. In 1832, they used to say, Birmingham Council is the best run in the world. We are living in a beautiful, beautiful city, and we want to make it beautiful. And Marcia has helped us to do that. Let me say, if there are 500 people here, each one is a spark of the divine. Color doesn't matter. Religion doesn't matter. First and foremost, we are human beings, and we have a shared responsibility towards each other. But we need peace. Peace will not come without praying. Peace will not come unless we stop killing. There's much to be done. And it is an honor to have these few minutes to speak to you. Thank you so much.
On to our third award in this category, Local Entrepreneur of the Year. And,
The nominees for the Phoenix newspaper Local Entrepreneur of the Year award are Joel Graham Blake, Zoe Bennett, Steve Logan, Samuel Leeds, and Barry Tomes.
And the winner of this award is Joel Graham Blake.
the People's Choice award. Now, I wonder who that will go to.
The nominations for the Phoenix Newspaper People's Choice Award are Mellows Catering, Abby Pasida, Wayne Irie, Mark Bates, and Wayne Turner.
And the Phoenix Newspaper People's Choice Award 2017 goes to Abby Pasida.
Okay, it was mentioned earlier on that the Phoenix newspaper isn't just a regional paper, it isn't just a national newspaper, but it's proudly international. And tonight, we launch the Phoenix newspaper Nigeria. Niger! Yes, indeed. So I'd love it if the founder and CEO of the Phoenix newspaper, Marcy McLaughlin, and Reverend Esther Ajayi could come up on stage, and I'm delighted that His Imperial Majesty, the Cabezio, will be coming up on stage. Please, sir, to give it some imperial sheen. That's what we need to launch this newspaper.
There's so much happening tonight. It's rather exciting. But this time, it's the launch of the Phoenix Nigeria. Now, the idea of the Phoenix Nigeria came from my visit to Nigeria recently. And I went to Lagos and followed on to Ile-Ife. When I got to Ile-Ife, I was privileged enough to meet with the Oni of Ife, His Imperial Majesty. We had a good talk, and he asked me if I would be distributing the Phoenix newspaper in Nigeria. I quickly said yes, but then I thought, I've got someone working in Nigeria and has been beside me for the last 4 years, and he has been establishing, making contacts, and bringing back news from Nigeria for over 4 years. And I thought to myself, why not give the people of Nigeria what we have in the UK, but in magazine format? Because why shouldn't everyone in the world be able to get something to read and to educate themselves and to see images of themselves? And why not give it away free? My ethos is not about money. I know that it may sound strange, but I do give away everything that I have. And that's what makes me happy. When I see the smile of children, when I see our older generation that have given so much to us, we have to respect them. And so I give a lot of respect. I want people to understand that when you give, you get a lot more. And tonight, I'm grateful because God sent Reverend Esther to support me. It hasn't been easy, not all the time, but I've had a lot of laughs. I've had a lot of cries. I'm a crier. Because when the burden gets heavy, I ask God, why did you give me such a heavy, heavy load to carry? But it really isn't that heavy, because as soon as I say why, he shows me the reason why. And that is to have all of your faces here tonight, just to say thank you to all of you for reading the Phoenix newspaper, and to welcome this new publication that we're going to launch in Nigeria. And His Royal Majesty is here to unveil it for us. So I hope that you will watch the film of the Phoenix Nigeria. And then I would like to bring Awal and Alex to the stage. Alex will be telling you a little bit about Phoenix Nigeria and what he has done in the last 4 years. He's a very special person to me, and I promised him 4 years ago that one day I will bring him to the UK. This is the day. He's here. And I'm so pleased because he's my brother. And the love that I have for him, for what he's done for me, with no money. That is why I'm here to celebrate God and the love that we have for each other and what I have for you. Thank you for listening. Could you welcome to the stage, please? Alex. Calvin boy, go on.
His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, and also standing on the existing protocol, it's a great privilege to be here tonight. I got to know Phoenix newspaper while studying for my master's degree in Malaysia, and have been working for her, corresponding activities for her. And eventually, when I got back to Nigeria, I continued on the same platform. And by the grace of God, after her visit in June this year, the concept of Phoenix Magazine came in place. And ever before then, we've been advertising Phoenix newspaper in Nigeria. Most parastatals in Nigeria are aware of Phoenix newspaper, and we've done greatly a lot. The awareness of Phoenix newspaper and Phoenix magazine is all over the country, and people are looking forward to embracing and seeing Phoenix magazine very soon. So I would want you to support us and to support the work of my boss. She has been so wonderful, and it's so great, and I'm privileged to have known her. Thank you.
The Phoenix newspaper were the media partners for the Alojo Festival in the presence of His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, following its founder's visit to Ile-Ife in May. The newspaper forged friendships and connections in Nigeria in the youth, business sectors, and more.
This is the beauty of Africa and Ile-Ife.
Africa is a very, very beautiful place, and in Africa we have a culture of hospitality. Students, irrespective of their religion, tribes, and ethnic differences, are always coming together to find solutions to the problems we may have in the world.
It's a magazine that is just coming up, talking about our culture, our traditions, the beauty of Africa in every nooks and crannies, featuring people, events, and places. Phoenix Nigeria is a magazine that just have to have a copy. Corporate organizations, individuals, everybody just come around and see it.
Now we been in touch with Phoenix newspapers, Birmingham, and a well-read newspaper, large readership, and with people-oriented vision, connecting the people and reaching the new generation. So we want to use our medium, this medium, to reach out to the world, to get to know what we do.
We all know that Phoenix newspaper happens to be the best paper in the United Kingdom, being a positive newspaper. With this, we are impressed and very happy that she's here today in Ile-Ife for a media roundup.
The Phoenix newspaper is proud of the links made and the bright future it can see in Nigeria, which is why we are very proud to unveil Phoenix, Nigeria.
Okay, I hope you like that. That's just a part of the journey that I had to Ile-Ife that inspired me to put a publication in the country where young people will be able to access publications free of charge and be able to read it like we do in the UK. This will be the first magazine of its type given away free, because in Nigeria, you have to purchase publications. They don't come through your door free of charge. We're spoiled here in the UK, and we should really understand that there are people that don't get the privilege that we get. I would love to ask His Imperial Majesty to cut the ribbon for us to officially unveil the Phoenix, Nigeria. And in the meantime, I'd like to call Yana Sigo from, come this way, Yana.
Standing on existing protocol, good evening and thank you all for being here. I met Marcia a few months ago when she was planning this, when she came back from Ife. And when she told me what she was planning and where she's taking this after today, I felt like this is grandiose. We need prayers. And then we prayed, and God said yes, and it's happening, and we give God all the glory.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, once again. In the name of God Almighty, the creator of heavens and earth, the author and finisher of everything, in the name of all the good things that will start to come to Nigeria as the most populous black nation on the surface of the earth, and all the positive things that will come to the entire mother continent, Africa as a whole, because we need a lot of positive energy for that continent. And we can use Phoenix, Nigeria, as a good platform to launch to the entire continent and spread across the world. I hereby cut this tape to officially unveil Phoenix, Nigeria. Thank you.
It is indeed wonderful to welcome you, as it's an evening of celebration, and we've got many things to celebrate today. First thing to celebrate, and we've heard a lot about this already, is of course the wonderful Phoenix newspaper led by Marcia and her team. Much has already been said in tribute to Marcia, but I would like just to pull out one thing, which is that I understand that Marcia is a great believer in Mahatma Gandhi's saying that you should be the change that you wish to see in the world. And that is exactly what Marcia has done. She always thinks positively, always leads by example, and genuinely, she's lived up to that very high standard.
We're bombarded by a world and social media that seems to focus on the things that set us apart. A media that highlights our differences and our challenges, that inflames negative energy. The Phoenix News is a beacon that celebrates those things that hold us together, and at the same time celebrates those things that are different about us. It provides a platform to shout about success in business, in the community. For me, the Phoenix News stands for unity and the celebration of difference. It's a connector for business and the communities for which we serve. And tonight it provides us with a chance to honour those individuals, organisations and businesses who through themselves promote unity and respect and enrich the lives of the communities they represent. And importantly, are also role models to the new generations coming through.
The Phoenix newspaper was born 7 years ago. The inspiration of a very determined lady, Marcia McLaughlin. The newspaper, under her guidance, has gone from strength to strength whilst promoting positive objective and informative news in the Birmingham and Greater Birmingham area.
We're going to leap forward now to 2 awards which are going to be presented by His Imperial Majesty. Yes, indeed. They are the International Sporting Hero Award and the Lifetime Achievement Award. So I would love it if, for the last time this evening, His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, could come up to the stage and present these 2 awards.
And the nominations for the Phoenix Newspaper International Sporting Hero Award are Annie Zaidi, David Hayes, Daniel Sturridge, Nicola Adams, and Moen Ali.
The Phoenix Newspaper International Sporting Hero Award 2017 goes to Daniel Sturridge.
I'm not prepared for this at all, by the way. But it's a huge honor for myself, for my family, obviously. I grew up about 5-10 minutes from here, so it's a huge honor for me to achieve this. You know, I wanna thank everyone who supports me. I'm proud of where I'm from, I'm proud of Birmingham. I represent this place to the fullest, wherever I go on my travels. And as I said before, man, it's a huge honor. I'm not prepared to give a speech, so I haven't got anything extravagant to say, but thank you very much, and I appreciate the love.
Mrs. Satinder Kaur Taunk came from India on the 26th of April 1969 and became a British citizen in 1975. She gained her Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Teaching from Punjab University, India, and her postgraduate certificate in education from the University of Wolverhampton, and presently is a visiting lecturer. Satinder has engaged herself in a wide range of professional, social, cultural, emotional and religious activities and voluntary services to the community locally, nationally and internationally. She was appointed Deputy Lieutenant of the West Midlands by Her Majesty the Queen in January 2012. She was the first Sikh lady in the West Midlands to be appointed in this position. Mrs. Taunk was elected a public governor and a member of the appointing committee of Birmingham Women's NHS Foundation Trust in January 2010 and was also appointed as a volunteer chaplain at Heartlands Hospital in 2009. Satinder has been awarded the Officer of the Order of the British Empire OBE in Her Majesty the Queen's 2013 birthday honours for voluntary and charitable services to inter-ethnic relations and to the community in the West Midlands. Jagjit Singh Taunk was the first Asian to win the West Midlands County Council election in 1979 from Soho Ward in Birmingham, where he had represented as a councillor. He was elected Vice Chairman of the West Midlands County Council in 1985 and was also one of the founding members of the West Midlands County Council Airport Committee, in which he was honoured with his name on a plaque at the airport. Just like his wife, Satinder, Jagjit holds a number of positions, including a life member of the Court of the University of Birmingham, Trustee of Birmingham Civic Society, Trustee of Birmingham Council of Faiths, and the Chairman of the Punjab Culture Centre. He was appointed a member of the Order of the British Empire MBE in June 2000 and currently serves as a Deputy Lieutenant in the West Midlands. In 2002, both Satinder and Jagjit were awarded as an Ambassador for Peace by the Interreligious International Federation for World Peace. These two role models who are joined at the hip are still very active to this day, attending many events and functions both in their roles as Deputy Lieutenants and as community leaders. Their unwavering resolve to connect communities and inspire others is the reason why the Phoenix newspaper is proud to award them both with a Lifetime Achievement Award.
I've chosen some awards that I want to give to some special people. And I'm going to run through them very quickly because I think they know how special they are to me and the reason why I'm giving them this award.
Go there.
tonight again, I greet you all. It's been a long night, and I know everybody's tired. But God Almighty will continue to renew each and every one of us strength. On this note, I want to thank Phoenix Newspaper for finding it worthy to give me this award. Very humbling. And it has actually renewed my energy to continue to work on what I believe very strongly in, one humanity, to preach love, because there is nothing else binding the world together other than love. That's the bedrock of everything we do. There is no world if it is a loveless humanity. We should continue to nourish love, peace, and peaceful coexistence. On this note, I want to dedicate this award to all the less privileged children across the entire world. Thank you very much.
Buying the first edition of Phoenix, Nigeria is from His Excellency Segun Mimiko's representative, Mrs. Aminu. We'll launch it.
The former governor of Ondo State, Segun Mimiko, sends his greetings. He would have loved to be here tonight, but unfortunately he couldn't. His Excellency launches a copy of the magazine for the sum of £1,000 tonight. Thank you.
So my message is, don't just be somebody, choose to be someone.
And to His Imperial Majesty, winner of the Humanitarian Award, thank you very much indeed for gracing us with your presence, and we wish you good night and fun farewell. His Majesty will be leaving the room as we speak. So please salute him.